Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just a real Senior Stoner back at you for your Magna Carta dab of the day. Good morning, everybody. Today's Monday, the start of a work week. Well, before we start with the topic of the day, I want to give a shout out and some emotional support to anyone who's having a hard time in the stock market today. It's been a very tough ride for those of you who are invested heavily in the stock market. My son's one of them. I dabble, but not heavy. Good luck, everybody. Let's get to the topic of the day. Well, I want to make this analogous to sports. Someone once told me that sports have everything. They have love, they have hate, they have ups, they have downs. So you really can find a lot of different polarities, emotions in sports. So I make analogies to sports a lot. In our lives, it's kind of like playing a game, starting the game, going through the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, etc. And what I've really learned this situationally, and it helps me. It is not how you start the game. It's not how you work out in the gym, not how many shots you make during warm-up, because, I'm telling you how many players can swish that ball on a basketball court in Madison Square Garden, or wherever they're playing, right in. And then when somebody's covering them, not happening so much. Well, it's that way in life too. You can work out in the gym, be really strong, get every shot in the warm-ups, and then get on the game, and you start okay because you've been working out and getting those shots in practice, but it's really not how you start. A 100-yard race isn't a 20-yard race. It's a 100-yard race. A mile race isn't a quarter-mile race. It's a mile, 4 quarters. So it's more than just how you start, okay, and how you play in the beginning. It's how you play throughout. And in the game, you want to have no fouls. In the game, you don't want to go out of bounds. In the game, you want to be a good sport. In the game, you want to be a team player. Think about those comparisons to life. Think about the things we strive to do in life, how comparable they are to those things, to being a good player. Well, there's more to it, because even if you win, there's more games in a season. And even if you win the season, there's another season. And by the way, did I talk about injuries? You can get injured playing. You can really hurt yourself playing. So you've got to have situational awareness. You've got to have emotional awareness. You've got to have your eyes behind you, on top of you, under you, and in front of you. And it's impossible. It's impossible. So even if you win the game, even if you win the season, even if you win the tournament, even if you're the champion, there's still next year. And what you have to remember is, if you win, you've got to keep winning. You can't just call it one and done. It's got to be a pattern. It's got to be a continuous thing. This is how it has to happen. You need to create a template for yourself of winning, of what winning looks like. And then the follow-up after you win, because it's not just the win. They're going to want to parade you down the main street in a winning parade. You're going to have to go get your trophies for the championship. There's a lot of stuff that happens after you win. It's not a one and done. You've got to remember that. And what if they want to use you for posters? What if they want to advertise you? What if you're a star and they want to have your face plastered all over the place? You've got to remember that. So instead of just saying, oh, wow, it's all done, I won that, you got more. That's life. Life is one game after another. One quarter on top of a quarter on top of a quarter on top of a quarter. Your fouls are what happens to you when things go wrong. Your bad sportsmanship is when you fight with people you love. All these analogies make a lot of sense because sports have been around since the gladiators. Think since way before, probably cavemen had sports to compete. For us, this is life, man. This is what we do. And we're competing with ourselves. Every day we're trying to do a little bit better. Every hour of the day we're trying to do a little bit better. It's a non-stop game of life. That's what it is. And you have to be really good at it. Okay? You have to not take it for granted. You have to pay attention. And you have to be passionate. Because you just can't go like this and take it wherever it takes you. Because what can happen in life and the way the things are is it can take you really down hard. And then coming back is harder even more. So set a floor for yourself. Set a theoretical bottom. I'm not going below here. If I go below here, I'm going to enact emergency proceedings. Emergency proceedings might be I get help elsewhere. I get a counselor. I go check myself in somewhere. It could get really bad. You don't know. Or what it's regarding. So have contingency plans that if it goes below a certain point in your life, your game gets below a certain point, take action, please. Because that's why they have a coach, everybody. Let's be honest. That's why they have a coach, a manager, an assistant coach, a defensive coach, an offensive coach. That's why they have a quarterback coach, a kicking coach, all kinds of coaches. A shooting coach, a trainer, a doctor. Because you can't do it alone. It's the game of life. And unfortunately, we are a team of one, but we have support. If it's there, we must use it. Let's take our dab. And remember, it doesn't matter how good you work out in the gym. It just doesn't matter. You got to take it on the court. And you got to be successful and productive on that court. Workouts are nice, but they don't win games. And it's the game of life. Here we go, everybody. With some nice banana sorbet sativa for senior starter. Cheers. Here we go. And let that dab train start rolling. It's like having a banana in the morning. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's remember, the most important thing out of this discussion is that you're a team of one. The game starts here on this side of your body, it ends on that side of your body. And you're the manager too. You're the coach and you're the trainer. So you got to take it seriously because it's life. Do the best we can, keep our pain under control, and remember, no fouls, and be a good sport. Cheers, everybody.